and enjoy as we begin. At our number 5 play, we have Slide Silver on Bran with a game-changing play in the mid-game. We see him approaching Dragon when all of a sudden his teammate gets caught out and immediately drops, making them a champion short for this fight. When he emerges, Red Team decides to try and turn on him as Syndra stuns, but he keeps his cool and fearlessly turns the fight, landing his ultimate W and E on all 4, instantly blowing up Nocturne while leaving the rest of Red Team in shambles as they try to retreat with no luck. Thanks to the man mode flank from Bran, the tides of battle changed, leaving his team in a great spot to capitalize off Dragon while picking up multiple kills. Coming in at our 4th place spot, we have Lay Magnificent on Italy with a nail-biting escape. In the beginning, we see her invading the enemy jungle, but Zac sees her coming and slingshots in, but with Kayle there, she decides to book it. She flash W's into the brush for the speed up, but with the slow from Kayle, she's forced into using Summoner Heal to keep her alive and give her another burst of speed. With nowhere else to go, she heads in between the 2 towers, spacing herself well to only get hit once as she crosses mid lane. Nidalee goes back into Cougar form, but Zac sees an opening to close the gap, but she quickly W's out of it and continues running towards her team. Knowing he wants to Q her, she pounces sideways into the brush, using the speed to juke out Zac as the friendly Morgana arrives with a brilliant binding, allowing for the turnaround spear kill. Unfortunately, Morgana goes down in the process of helping Nidalee get the kill and escape, but she gets a bunch of cooldowns out of the enemy team before going down, sacrificing herself for the greater good. Our next play by Pietu64 on Morgana shows why supports are the true carries of bot lane. Right off the bat, we see the friendly kog'maw trying to defend his tower in a 1v2. He takes a bunch of damage and tries his best to trade it back as Pietu64 approaches with her ultimate. Predicting the hook, she point-blank flashes over it straight into her ultimate on the enemy bot lane and then a QW combo on Thresh, allowing for kog'maw to snipe him out for the kill. As she runs back to her tower, Jinx stays closely behind, dealing a lot of damage, but she just barely clears over the flame chompers. Seeing an opportunity, she turns with a beautiful binding on Jinx, holding her in place as the tower switches aggro to her, helping kog'maw's living artillery bring her down just in time. Now we see the enemy Udyr make his way into the brush and wait for Morgana to leave, and then he moves in. kog'maw decides to kite around the tower using his slow to buy time for Morgana to come back and land another amazing binding on Udyr, allowing for an easy 3rd kill over to kog'maw. Landing in at 2nd place, we have Prodigy on Twitch with an insanely ballsy move to fight for his tower. Blue team just killed 3 members of Red team, leaving Twitch and Lulu to defend. Blue team is currently trading tower aggro until the creep wave comes in so that they can get a head start on the tower, but they aren't expecting an epic flank from the rat himself. All of a sudden, he leaves stealth with his W and then opens up with his ultimate, flashing away from Rammus and into a better position where he can absolutely decimate the enemy team. He finishes off Jax before he can get the tower and now begins the chase on Rammus as Twitch and Lulu work together to hunt him down for the pentakill. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, you never trust a rat. And for our number 1 pro play for this week, we have TFB contra Legum on Corki in a Diamond Elo game. In the beginning of this play, we see him place a ward in the Baron pit as he wraps around the side to get a better angle. As he works down the enemy players doing Baron, we see Baron's health getting lower and lower, and since he poked Nocturne low, he decides to Valk over the wall to kill the enemy jungler. With Thresh on him in the exhaust, he decides to flash over the wall as the friendly Udyr runs up for the steal, and now the fight really erupts. Thresh tries to 1v1 him, but the lifesteal is too much for him to handle as he picks up the double kill. Karma then shields the damage from Jax just in time, allowing him to turn around for the triple, leaving them in a 2v2. As he runs away from Twitch, the enemy Syndra splits up to go around and cut him off, but she doesn't expect Corki to W into the Baron pit, quickly bursting her down for the quad. Karma then W's Twitch, so he waits before sniping Twitch with his rocket for the pentakill in this crazy fight at Baron. And for the bonus clip of the week, we have Kelser on Jinx with an awesome multi-kill rocket. I wanted to quickly say before this video ends that we have some huge announcements coming in early May that I can't quite talk about yet, but definitely keep your eyes peeled in a couple of weeks. Besides that, don't forget to head over to twitch.tv/potatomonster and follow, because we've been streaming for the past 3 weeks every Tuesday through Saturday, so be sure to check that out. I really enjoyed the plays in this episode, so if you did too, then be sure to let us know in the comment section down below.